Today we are going to go over elevator speeches for nonprofits. So very briefly, we're going to touch on what is an elevator speech, who at your organization needs an elevator speech, and how to craft one of these. So first off, what is an elevator speech? Think of you getting into an elevator with a bunch of strangers in there, and you have from the time those elevator doors close to the time you reach the floor and the elevator doors open to explain your organization and what you do. That's all an elevator speech is. Just a very brief synopsis of your organization, the impact, who it serves. The key here is very brief, right? You have maybe 30 seconds to describe all of this. So you have to keep it really, really short, to the point, not very elaborate. It's just a chance to engage new people, get them some information about your organization, and later on you can expand on that. So who at your organization needs an elevator speech? Well, I like to think everybody. I mean, obviously, your executive director needs an elevator speech. Your development director needs an elevator speech, right? It's their job to be out in the community, engaging people, advocating for your organization, and getting more stakeholders involved. So it's vital that they have one. However, if you think about it, what about your client advocates, or your counselors, or your volunteers? They may not be out in the community as much for their position, but they are still interacting with a lot of different populations. They might be going over to a friend's house for dinner. They might meet somebody at the grocery store. All of those are great chances to use this elevator speech and really engage potential new donors, volunteers, or clients for your organization. So the more people that you can equip with this tool, the better for your organization, and you're just gonna come across really, really strong with your marketing, and that people really know what you do and why you do it. So let's talk about the elements that are part of an elevator speech. Okay, first of all, grab attention. True with any story, speech, presentation, you want it to be attention grabbing right in the beginning, right? That's how you're gonna get people interested. If you're starting out kind of dreary, not that exciting, people are less likely to listen to you. So something attention grabbing. Maybe that's a brief statistic or a really fast snippet about some impactful work you did with a client. So something like this, maybe in domestic violence services, might be, did you know that 1 in 4 women will be abused sometimes in their life? That's an attention grabber, right? Something quick, to the point, segues into your organization and the work you do. Next, brief overview. Again, brief. It's very easy for all of us that feel very strongly about the work that we do to continue talking about it, to really draw it out. We are talking about, your mission statement, your core programs. That's about it. You don't have a whole lot of time, so you don't need to list off everything that you do. We all know nonprofits do a million things all at once. We are talking about the highlights and the core of the work that you do. After that, touch on who you serve. What is the population that you serve with your programs? What does that look like? Again, if you have a really quick client example there that you can use, obviously remaining anonymous, it's a really nice way to have that personal connection, but you just want to touch on who the population is that you serve. Moving right on down to the impact. What do you do to serve these people, right? What is the impact that you have on their lives? How are you changing it for the better? What are you doing in your community to make your community stronger or safer? So touch on your impact. Again, remember that we have 30 to 60 seconds for all of this. So it's really, really quick and to the point. Finally, you're gonna wrap it up with a call to action. And what a call to action is asking people to get involved, right? It's not asking for a donation right there, but it's, you should really check out our website or follow us on Facebook. It has more information about what we do. Something to have whoever you're with take the next step to get involved in the organization. So you want to end with that call to action. Now, again, I know I've said it a million times, but it's really, really brief, and so it's hard to fit this all into a nice little package. So the key here is really to rehearse, and it's going to feel extremely awkward at first, but that's why we rehearse, so we can shorten it, we can really know the key elements of what our elevator speech is going to encompass. So when we're actually in the situation, we can just spit it out and it's perfect. So I like to do this in board meetings, pair up board members, have them rehearse to each other in staff meetings. Just the more times you can have people do it, the more comfortable they're gonna feel. So again, grab attention, brief overview, who you serve, impact, call to action, and rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. That is an elevator speech.